It's a sandwich.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest moments from the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix series.
Come on. I want to show you something.
For this list, we're looking at the most disturbing and creepy moments from the Netflix series Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer Story. And of course, if you haven't seen the show yet, this is your spoiler alert. Which scene from the series gave you the chills? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Number 10. Confronting Glenda.
Hey, Glenda.
There is a certain point that the smells coming from Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment get so bad that everyone in the entire building can smell them, including his neighbor Glenda Cleveland. She eventually reports him to the building landlord, who proceeds to evict Dahmer from the premises.
Come on, man. You know I just got fired today.
I'm sorry, Jeff. People have been complaining.
Realizing that Glenda is the one responsible, he visits her in an attempt to convince her to speak to him and change his mind. However, what started out as a feeble attempt to make things right soon turns into a confrontation where Cleveland will not budge. The situation escalates even further after he offers her a sandwich and demands she eat it.
Eat the sandwich. I made it for you.
I'll eat it later.
I want to see you try it. See if you like it.
Get out of my apartment.
Eat it.
Get out of my house.
Although nothing happens, viewers can feel the tension in the room and cannot help but wince knowing what this man is capable of and what's most likely in that sandwich. Number 9. The Baptism. Sometimes there are coincidences, and then there are eerie coincidences. It is a well-known fact among true crime buffs that serial killer John Wayne Gacy, aka the Killer Clown, was executed by lethal injection on May 10, 1994, the same day that Jeffrey Dahmer was baptized, and a solar eclipse took place. The series makes a point of showing this, and what better way to do this than with a montage showing all three events taking place with some creepy music.
The Holy Spirit, for the forgiveness of sin.
The timing of the events almost seems surreal, but seeing their reenactments before our very eyes cannot help but leave us wondering if somehow and some way something else is at play here.
Congratulations, Jeff. You're saved.
Thanks. Thank you.
Number 8. Somsack's Nightmare. The 9th episode of the series highlights the significant trauma and impact that Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes have had on others. One such person is Somsack Synthesomphone, who was not only assaulted by Dahmer, but his brother Conorak was killed by the same man a few years later.
Relax. I just want to take some pictures.
In one scene, Somsack is shown having a nightmare. In it, his father attempts to leave on a boat, and Somsack is tied to a bed and screaming, yet is unable to actually speak. Then, he's shown observing Dahmer experimenting on his brother. Although brief, it is a harrowing dream.
Watch what happens.
Number 7. Jeffrey's Cemetery Fantasy. In a handful of scenes, Dahmer is shown speaking to the police, explaining his story and frame of mind when committing his crimes. In one case, he describes a time when he noticed an obituary in a newspaper for an 18-year-old male. Believing him to be attractive, he tells officers that he planned to dig up his grave after attending his funeral.
And what did you plan on doing?
I just wanted to lay with him.
Dahmer is then shown laying with the body. Fortunately, he reveals that his plan failed as the soil was too hard for him to dig into.
It was March and the ground was too hard and it would have taken forever, so... But I wish I could have dug him up.
Nonetheless, being shown his fantasy not only gives us the chills, but also gives us a unique glimpse into his deeply disturbed psyche.
I guess I hope that he could be somebody that
wanted to see a movie that I wanted to see.
Number 6, Infinity Land.
There's this game I made when I was a kid. It's called Infinity Land.
The series sheds light on how Dahmer lured his victims. One victim story that's portrayed in great detail is that of Tony Hughes. With Hughes, we see Dahmer do what he has repeatedly done on a consistent basis. An exception here is that Dahmer is shown playing a board game with him. The game, called Infinity Land and created by Dahmer, is simple enough. But listening and hearing Dahmer explain the rules and reveal the pieces makes us shudder.
If your guy gets too close to mine, he disappears into the vortex.
The moment serves as a dark foreshadowing and precursor to a devastating tragedy. The only thing that could be scarier is when Dahmer is shown eating a piece of meat after Hughes' death, leaving viewers to read between the lines and know the obvious implications. Number 5, the first victim. Riding home one day, Jeffrey Dahmer picks up a hitchhiker, Stephen Hicks. Promising to give him a lift to a concert, he first invites him back to his home.
How about this? I was just headed home to crack open a few brewskis. How about you come with me? We have some weed, drink a few beers, lift some weights. And then I'll drive you out there.
Yeah, man, that sounds great.
While the encounter is initially friendly, things turn sour when it becomes clear that Dahmer has no intention of driving him, and then proceeds to make a move on him.
What the? What? What the? I mean, what? Why'd you do that?
In a fit of rage, Dahmer attacks Hicks and then kills him. What Dahmer does afterwards is nothing short of disturbing, and the viewers who know Dahmer's story realize that it's ultimately a turning point where it's all about to go downhill from here. Number 4, the Mannequin. In an attempt to satisfy his needs and desire for companionship, Dahmer steals a mannequin from a clothing store. He takes it back home and does as he pleases. To witness how excited and aroused Dahmer gets by a mere mannequin is as perplexing as it is bizarre and deranged. The strange behavior he demonstrates is a strong indicator that something is clearly not right, and the fact that he even brings it to his grandmother's house makes us cringe. Fortunately, later on in the series, his grandma reveals that she got rid of it, putting an end to that and saving viewers from the pain of watching any more scenes of Dahmer creepily engaging with the mannequin. God damn it! Number 3, the Head. This one is so bad we can't even show it to you. Disposing of all the evidence after having killed Stephen Twomey at the Ambassador was hard enough to watch, but when it was all said and done, the final scene of the episode The Good Boy Box could be the creepiest of them all. When Dahmer's grandma leaves the house, he is shown picking up a knife in the kitchen. He's then seen opening a box and playfully holding what's inside and then kissing it. It is horrifying, and it's something the viewers cannot unsee. Number 2, Tracy's encounter with Dahmer. From the moment Tracy Edwards entered Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, he knew something was amiss.
Oh. What is that smell?
What he most likely did not anticipate was everything he would have to go through during the visit.
What? What are you doing?
Nothing, it's for the photos.
From getting handcuffed to watching Dahmer's bizarre behavior while viewing The Exorcist 3, it is a bone-chilling ride for viewers that doesn't get any easier to bear throughout.
Oh, okay.
Quit doing it! Stop trying to leave.
Okay.
I told you I'm gonna pay you. Okay? Just stop.
And let's not even start with when Dahmer lies on Edwards' chest to hear his heartbeat. Fortunately, it's here that Edwards uses the opportunity to escape and flee, finding the police shortly afterwards, which ultimately puts an end to Dahmer's reign of terror once and for all.
What I did, I should be dead.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Konarak's near escape. Another person who also had an unpleasant visit at Dahmer's apartment was Konarak's synthesophone. Realizing the dangers of possibly staying at Dahmer's residence upon waking up, Somsack attempts to escape despite his condition and being barely conscious.
Yo, hey kid, what are you doing?
Although he's found by a group of women, and even with police on the scene, Dahmer arrives and is able to convince the officers that Somsack is of age and is his companion.
Wait. You just gonna let him take this baby back inside?
Ma'am, he's telling me this is where they live. We're gonna take him back inside.
Y'all don't at least want to find out how old this boy is first?
Ma'am, he says it's his boyfriend. We'll handle it from here.
I'm really sorry about this, everybody.
Not only that, but the officers even escort Dahmer and the boy back to the apartment.
Son, you had a little too much to drink, okay? You know, I tell him that all the time, but he just doesn't listen.
When the cops leave, viewers know what comes next and are only left to imagine the horrors the teenager will have to endure as Dahmer reaches for his drill. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.